Let's see how the great state of Minnesota taxes retirees. Welcome again to the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel, the station where we talk about Minnesota taxes as well as all the other 49 states as well. If you like what we talk about here on the YouTube channel, the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel, please hit subscribe down below and then hit that little bell for notification. I do about 5 episodes a week, lots of different topics, financial planning related. And if you want to be kept in the know, hit the subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you get the comment or the email from YouTube that Josh or Heritage Wealth Planning has posted a new episode. All right, so let's dive right into it with the great state of Minnesota. What's a 10,000 lake state? Ooh, dark blue according to Kiplinger's, which means it's least tax friendly. And let's jump into why that is. So Kiplinger's is saying Minnesota is the least tax friendly. And again, you got 5 quintiles, so Minnesota would be in the bottom quintile. One of Kiplinger's top 10 least tax friendly states for retirees. The North Star state. I didn't know that. Member of the Minnesota North Stars. I always thought the Dallas, when they moved to Dallas, they should have retained the name, not the North Stars, but they should have made them the Dallas Lone Stars. I never understood why the powers that be don't have a little bit more creativity. I mean, the North Stars, that was a wonderful name for a hockey team. And now the Dallas Lone Stars, no, they changed it to the Dallas Stars and kept somewhat the color combination. Just, it was odd. Always it was odd to me. All right. The North Star state offers cold comfort on the tax front. Get it cold, Minnesota, to retirees. Social Security is taxed to the same extent as it is on your federal tax return. Though some relief is being offered starting last year. Most pensions are taxable, though a new tax break makes military pensions exempt, so that's good. Income tax rates and sales tax rates are high. State sales tax rate is 6 7/8, 6.875, and localities can add as much as 1.5 with an average combined rate of 7.3. Most clothing and footwear are exempt. That's good. Low income tax range is 5.35. That's a low. Wow. And that's on if you have taxable income. All right. Well, that's not, I mean, joint filers taxable income of $37,000. And if you take your standard deduction of $26,000, add the $37,000, you have to have, what's that, $53,000 before you're in that tax range for the state of Minnesota. High 9.85. Well, that's not 9.85 if you're married filing jointly, making over 260. So that's pretty high. That's actually shocking me. Effective income tax rate is 5.8 to individual and 6.6 to joint. Social Security income is taxable, but married couple can subtract $4,500 off their federally taxable Social Security benefits from their state income. The break is $3,500 for singles. Make more than $77,000 of income for married filing jointly, and the break is phased out and is gone with less than with married filing over $100,000. So basically, if you're making $100,000 or less, it looks like Minnesota is somewhat leaving you alone. But once you break that $100,000 threshold, they're going to get you. Now, $100,000, man, that I tell you, that's not hard to get when you factor in IRA distribution. So that's wow. What happened here? Okay, I saw pensions. Exemption for federal retirement benefits are not taxed. Most pensions, including federal pensions, are taxed by Minnesota, whereas military pensions are exempt. So that's good. Taxpayers 65 and older may exempt up to $12,000 for joint filers if their income falls under certain thresholds. And the exemption is phased out for those making more than $14,500 or $18,000 jointly. Those making more than $42,000 are ineligible. I don't know if making more, that sounds to me like earned income. So if you're retired, do you not get that? Or that's odd to me. I don't know. So making more, you got to differentiate between earned income and passive income. Passive income is dividend distributions, capital gain distributions. Earned income is going out and shoveling snow for pay. So they say making. I don't know what that means. So that's IRAs do qualify for the exemption. Okay, as well as 401ks, private pensions. Okay, so qualify for the exemption. The exemption is confusing to me still. Let me the exemption. Taxpayers may exempt up to $12,000 for joint filers if their income falls under certain limits. All right, so the exemption is $12,000 if married filing jointly, or $9,600 if you're single. It's not $9,600 per head, so you lose. So if you're married, you lose, $6,000 of exemptions. Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know if that's different. If it's difference between earned income or I don't know. We'll have to do the smart asset calculator, see what they say. Smart asset calculator. um, the median property tax was $2,148 in Minnesota. On the median property was $188. So that's pretty. It's a little bit more than one. Tax breaks for seniors. The Senior Citizens Property Tax Deferral Program allows people 65 and older whose household income is $60,000 or less. Yeah. Again, to defer a portion of property tax, not excluding, deferred. Deferred tax is paid by the state. All right, so the deferred tax is paid by the state to the county. Interest at an annual adjusted rate not to exceed will be 5% will be charged on the loan, and a lien will be attached to your property. Good night. So you can defer it, but you're having the lien on your property, and they're charging you 5%. I don't like that at all. Vehicle tax, 6.5% sales tax is due at the purchase, which is slowly below the general sales tax rate. They don't have an inheritance tax, but they do have an estate tax, though it has been easing its burden. When Dayton first got elected, they were gung-ho on that estate tax back in, 2008? I remember when Obama came, I think Dayton was elected the same year, maybe a year or two before that, but they were really looking at making that estate tax very burdensome. It looks like they're starting to get smart a little bit here, because in 2017, they're raising the exemption 2.1, 2018, 2.4, 19, 2.7. And then in 2020, it's $3 million. Rates range from 12% to 16%. Bottom rate increases to 13%. Man, wow. So we got to look into that. And again, I'm going to do another video on estates, state tax, estate, and or inheritance tax. I'm going to do another playlist on that. But yeah, Minnesota is confusing. This is confusing one of all of them I've seen so far. So let's see what the Tax Foundation says for the state of Minnesota. 9.8 top individual tax rate, and the effective state and local tax is 10.8, which puts them number 8 in the union. Tax freedom day is April 30th, which puts them well below in the bottom 6 in the union. Sales tax 6.875 is the state sales tax, but when you combine the average local, it's got to do with the fact that your car tax a little bit lower, 6.43, still on the high end for sure. 28 cents is per gas tax, per gallon of gas, $3 for cigarettes. Wow. So if you smoke in Minnesota, you probably want to move out. $3 a pack. Wow. Property tax is relatively, it's pretty high. 1.12%. On a percentage wise, puts them in the top 20, which is bad. We don't want to be the top 20, and from an actual dollar amount, it still keeps in the top 20. So yeah, Minnesota, man, I just top 20 for sales, top 20 for property taxes, individual, top 10. So let's see what Smart Asset does here in terms of Minnesota. Well, that's Wisconsin. Sorry, folks. Minnesota. There we go. Let's see what Smart Asset does for Minnesota. I clicked too quick, and now I'm paying the price for that. Minnesota, right there. All right. I say for the state tax in Minnesota. Again, Smart Asset is just on income tax, And what we do is we start with $25,000 Social Security, and we do $25,000 of IRA distributions, $50,000 to see, and make sure we don't have a pension here someplace. And I bet we know. Okay, cool. So $50,000. Oops. All right, there we go. So $50,000 of total income. You're only paying $360 to the state of Minnesota, again, because the bulk has come from Social Security, and you do get those exemptions. I think it's $12,000. That's pretty good. Let's see, $50,000. I bet it's going to jump up quite a bit. Oh, yeah, look at that. So it went from $360 to $3,000. I mean, that jumped up, what's that, 10 times? So that's, look at that. So if you're in Minnesota, you need to really be watching here. Yeah, so basically, once you hit, that's 55,000, 35. Once you hit that threshold of about, let's see. Yeah, so once you hit the threshold of about 40,000 of retirement income, they start hammering you. I mean, so watch this, my friend. So we got 25,000 Social Security, 50,000 of IRA distributions. I mean, you're getting hammered there. That's bad. So let's change it over. 50,000 Social Security, 25,000 of IRA distributions. I bet it's not much. Yeah, 800. Social Security planning, critical. There's just no getting around that. Social Security planning is critical for just being tax aware. That's pretty bad. So Minnesota's the worst so far I've seen by far. Connecticut's pretty bad too, but Minnesota's just on top of the inheritance tax or the estate tax they charge. You got a lot of planning to do there, my friends. And again, we'll get back to you on the specifics of the estate tax and all the states that have an estate and or an inheritance tax. But right now, Minnesota's looking tough, that's for sure. That doesn't mean move there. Just means at the end of the day, you got to do some tax planning. All right, as always, the big four. If you like what we talk about here, please subscribe down below. That little button down there says subscribe here. Thumbs up are always helpful for sure. If you do subscribe, hit the little notification bell to be notified of future content. And of course, comments are always welcome. Love to hear your comments for sure. Any comments are helpful, A, because it shows people are engaged, and B, it helps YouTube recognize that people are actually watching the content, which is good to produce the content and put out there for others to see. Do go to the blog at heritagewealthplanning.com. I do a blog there, podcast, the whole thing, and we'll see you next time on the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.